out having car troubles and said he's gonna be about 7 minutes late, so. He's on his way home.
Is this short without him?
Yeah.
So you're running this, right?
Next week or next time.
On the job training, yeah.
It's been a
If
while
I got
since I ran a
questions,
meeting.
I'm looking at you.
I'll look right back at you.
We're gonna have fun tonight, aren't we? We can't
Quit
do this.
laughing.
This is serial business. The Evansville Town Council meeting for July 13th is now called to order.
Mayor Ernie Blackford,
Here.
Councilmember Dacia Edwards,
Here.
Councilmember Greg Flustig,
Here.
Councilmember Alana Vino.
Here.
Councilmember Chad Edwards.
Here.
Town Attorney Scott Murray is on his way, Town Engineer Shane Porter,
Here.
Town Treasurer Lexi Erickson,
Here.
Chief of Police Mark Thompson, Fire Chief Mark Cornett is out, and in his place is Assistant Fire Chief Matt Gakey. Public Works Director Dan Corson.
Here.
Town Clerk Janelle Underwood, rest of the citizens.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Do I have a motion for approval of agenda?
I'll motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Under consent of agenda, we have 3 items. Approval of minutes, regular meeting for June 22nd, 2026. Approval of business licenses, Casper Short Load Concrete, Casey's Shop and Oil City Plumbing and Heating, and approval of bills. Do I have a motion?
I move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Public comments. We're now open for public comments. You have 5 minutes. Anybody that speaks. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? No public comments? Public comments is closed.
We're a little early yet for our public hearing at 7:05 PM. So if you'd like, we could move on to approval of the Environmental System Research Institute agreement.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Mr. Mayor and Council, brought before you tonight is the approval of the Environmental Systems Research Institute agreement. This is an agreement that we enter into with the city of Casper, and this handles our what is known as GIS. It has the parcel search data, water lines, sewer lines, all kinds of layers within that the fire department, public works, I believe police department as well as our office uses this. So it's brought before you tonight for approval for the mayor to execute.
Okay. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? No discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Do you want to move on to one more?
Yep.
So item number 5, approval of the City of Casper Transportation Services Agreement. This agreement is brought before you tonight for approval, authorizing the mayor to execute. This is a contract between the town of Evansville and the city of Casper, and this handles the bus services throughout Evansville and Natrona County for the assist and the link. And it's brought before you tonight for approval for the mayor to execute.
So do I have a motion for approval?
I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? No discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
I've got 7:05.
Yeah, we're there. So we will now open this up for public hearing for the Wyoming Business Council grant.
So I'll give a little bit of a staff report. Thank you, Mayor and Council. So this is a Business Council grant application to provide infrastructure improvements for a residential subdivision, kind of northwest of Eagle Estates. So the mayor and I have been talking to the Wyoming Business Council and the landowners, and the Business Council is actually kind of shifting a little bit to where they're starting to fund more residential components as an economic development component, kind of a barrier to growth. If they're focused on some residential projects. They just awarded a couple recently that are similar. So as part of the town would like to move forward with the grant application. As part of that, we have to hold a public hearing. The Wyoming Business Council is seeking grant and loan applications from counties, incorporated cities, towns, joint powered boards, and tribes for the Building Resilient Communities, BRC, grant and loan programs. The intent of the program is to provide financing for publicly owned infrastructure that unlocks growth and addresses barriers to economic growth. Public infrastructure eligible for funding includes things like water, sewer, roads, land, spec buildings, business or industrial parks, recreation, and educational facilities and other physical projects that unlock barriers to growth. The rules governing the BRC grant and loan program are available through the Wyoming Business Council website. The town of Evansville intends to submit an application for a BRC grant for water, sanitary sewer, storm sewer, and roadway improvements located north of 7th Street and east of Platt Park Road to provide the necessary infrastructure for approximately 80 new single-family residential lots. The purpose of this infrastructure improvements project is to address a key barrier to growth, being the lack of available workforce housing. The town of Evansville is seeking citizen input regarding this project, which is the purpose of the public hearing tonight. We published this in the Star Tribune on June 27th and July 7th. We asked for any written comments to be received by July 10th at 4 p.m. Not aware of any written comments. So along with this, I want to talk about, so the grant does have a match component similar to the Mesa project. And there's a match component for the applicant. I don't know if we want to do that during the public hearing, or we can talk about it in my engineer's report towards the end. Entirely up to you guys, but it's something we also want to address tonight beyond just this.
Let's do it at the end of your report.
Okay, so that's all I have to report on. We can open the public hearing now for any comments.
Are there any comments on this?
Evening, Mayor, members of the council. My name is Keith Tyler. I'm here tonight with Lisa Birch. We are partners on that land. We've held it now for a number of years, trying to figure out a way we could develop it. And each time we apply the cost analysis to the project, it just didn't work. So this opportunity to get some assistance from the state of Wyoming is a bit of a godsend to help us push that project forward and to allow another development within the town of Evansville. We're going to do about 80 homes under this project. We were looking at scenarios before this that in order to address some of our costs, we were looking at having to try to reduce the size of some of the lots, and even looking at some townhouses and duplexes. With this program, we can throw all that aside and just concentrate on single-family homes, which I think is really a better product for everyone. But cost-wise, it was really a hard thing. So it's important to us that the grant be applied for by the town to assist with the project. course, the grant is just for infrastructure. When we bring the land into it, we're going to provide land for the streets and easements for all the utilities. And that'll be essentially conveyed to the town of Evansville, and that will be part of the contribution for the town under the grant, as I understand it. We're also looking at the possibility that some of the storm sewer issues on that project can be shown as a in-kind contribution by the town, so that can help with that match. The rest of the match we will pick up. Likewise, if there's any cost overruns after we've made the application and been awarded funding for the project, we, the developers, landowners, will bear that cost overrun.
Okay.
Any questions I can answer for you?
I have none. It doesn't sound like anybody else does at this point, so.
Not at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you for,
If they come up later, just let us know.
thank you for that. Okay. Is there any other comments or questions? If not, we'll close the public hearing. So the public hearing for this is now closed. Okay, next on the agenda, ordinance number 4-2026.
Mr. Mayor, Council, brought before you tonight is ordinance 4-2026. This is a visionary franchise agreement ordinance, and it's brought before you tonight on second reading.
Okay, do I have a motion on this ordinance?
I move.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? No discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay, next one, ordinance number 10-2026.
Mr. Mayor, Council, brought before you tonight is ordinance 10-2026. This is an ordinance approving the rezone of Lot 5 of the Coal Creek Industrial Park from heavy industrial to urban agriculture, town of Evansville, Wyoming, and it's brought before you tonight on second reading.
Okay, do I have a motion on this ordinance?
I'll make it.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. And you're on, Shane.
Back to me? Okay, we'll go right back to where we just left off. On this Wyoming Business Council grant application, I wanted to get the council thinking about the match requirements. So they have new Business Council rules that are different from when we did the Mesa project. They've updated their rules. It now requires a 25% match to the grant. Before it was 20%, and it had a specific requirement that the applicant would provide a minimum of 5% of that 20% match would be by the applicant. The new rules don't specify a minimum of the applicant. We've had some meetings with the Business Council, and I guess there's not a strong idea of what we need to do for a match, but basically they're saying, they use the word that we have to have some skin in the game that the town does. So we're trying to kind of get you guys thinking about what that match might look like. We don't need to nail it down today, but we need to nail it down probably within the next week. So there may be some email discussions or whatever. I need to have the number nailed down before the resolution that would be in front of council on the 27th. So prior to that next council meeting, I'll have a resolution that has the specifics in it. So as Mr. Tyler mentioned, I mean, there is some things we're looking at that the landowner, the developer, they're going to be responsible for the vast majority of that match. But the town has to have some component in it. And so we could do, at different scenarios, Mr. Tyler mentioned there is some land that the town owns north of the project that will have to go. It was originally designed as the project was already designed back before COVID and ready to go. And part of that design had a detention pond on the town property north of the subdivision, similar to what's there right now. Right now, Eagle Estates dumps out the drainage into the detention pond there, but that'll get filled in and essentially moved down, as well as We need to reroute some of the storm sewer that dumps out right out of Eagle Estates, probably off to the west. So that land that the town owns could be part of like an in-kind contribution as part of the grant. It could be as an in-kind match. I ran some numbers this morning that ground could amount to roughly 95,000 of in-kind match. But I don't know, we don't really have strong guidance from the business council on what it's going to take to really build a strong application in front of them. So one of the ideas I had, and it's just for consideration, that we can talk about the land to some extent, but we could also gear it towards like we did with Mesa. Mesa had the rule of 5% cash match by the community. If we committed to the similar type cash match, it would be about $62,000. The developer's match would be like 1.1 million, and the town at 62,000. So that's if the town is willing and able to do a cash match. I think that would be a starting point to consider. That would occur over time, similar to the Mesa project. That would be like, I guess, like 1.3% of every invoice that came in, the town would be responsible for. And so it would come, some of it would occur in this fiscal year, more than likely. I know they want to hit the ground running if the grant does get approved. Some of it would be this fiscal year and some of it next. Probably, maybe 50-50, but probably more like 40% this year, 60 next year, roughly. So I know you haven't budgeted, for this fiscal year to have that cash contribution, but it would occur over 2 fiscal years, so that might make it easier. So it's just open for discussion. Like I said, the in-kind match I think is helpful and part of it, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it carries the weight that a cash match does too. And I don't really know. There's no strong guidance on what it's going to take to do it. So just kind of want to get you guys thinking about that. We can talk about it tonight, what your thoughts are. But like I said, I do need to know, we have to have it nailed down by next week, so I can get a resolution in front of you guys that has those specifics.
Lexi, where would that come out of?
That would be enterprise.
Enterprise?
How soon would we start seeing the tap fees coming in? If we're not gonna waive them?
So I guess that's up for discussion
Because we talked
too.
about that too.
Yeah, so I guess kind of back up on the tap fee discussion. As of right now, there's a recapture agreement that was put in place when the purchase agreement was done. And that recapture stated that in order to help with some of these stormwater, costs, the town would waive the tap fees on the water line. And so that was like $130,000 in value, $1,500 something per tap. I don't know. We talked about putting that in the grant application as an in-kind match. I heard from the business council this morning that they don't recommend that. They don't think that's gonna solve or gonna suit for the match. So it's kind of off the table for the match. There still is an agreement in place that I guess we'd have to address. But if we don't waive the tap fees and go with this other, do something different, the tap fees wouldn't start coming until the houses start going up. I mean, probably fall, if things go well. Probably fall of 2027 would be when you start seeing some tap fees come.
Could we put an in-kind or a cash contribution in from our side of this and then recoup that with these tap fees?
That's what I was.
So then, I mean, there might be a little bit of
As
lag
long
between
as-
one to the other. But
I think we'd have to have those discussions with the landlord, because there currently is a recapture agreement in place that would have to be, if we're agreeable to something else, we would have to get rid of that recapture agreement. So.
I think the recapture fee though was when the developer was going to install the road and all those components. So as a trade-off, then maybe it's an open discussion.
So
Can
you
I
would,
offer something, Shane?
yeah, go ahead.
We have a 25% match, and so if the recapture waiver on our part results in a reduction of 25%, then we're made whole basically. So we probably, if that full recapture amount is applied to the 25% and use of what we have to come up with. I think we're squared in that, could satisfy the business wants.
Can that be as a combination of cash and land donation to equivalent to that?
If, in other words, you're asking us to put up the cash first and get the money back from the recapture on the tap fees. Well, the business council will not accept tap fees,
Their guidance this morning is they wouldn't accept tap fees as the match.
well, I don't know how it would look if we were loaning the tap money, so.
We wouldn't be, I guess maybe we're not on the same page, I'm just saying. if
No,
it's-
we would pay the money for our match, and then on the idea that we will be collecting tap fees down the road that will kind of make us whole again.
We'd be fine with that, yes.
Part of my gut feels like there should be some cash contribution just from what I've seen in the past, I mean, but it's not specific, so.
Well, I think if we do this idea, we're putting the entire cash contribution up. So that should be the best case scenario we would have for the grant application, I would think.
So I can put some numbers together to send you guys to show you what that looks like. And to Lisa and Keith also, and we can just make sure that we're all on the same page and
Could you also send us the original agreement for us that was not on council when that went through?
yes, yep, I did. We found that the other day. I had to look a little hard, but we found it. So, yep.
Perfect.
So that's all I had to really discuss on this grant application. Like I said, there will be a resolution that'll come forward on the 27th. The application is due August 1st. And then
August
there's a
what?
couple months, what's that?
August 1st?
August 1st.
Okay.
It's Saturday, so it's gonna be due Friday, July 31st. And then I think it goes to the business council in December and SLIB in January is kind of the timing. There will be some, after we submit the application, the business council will review it, and then they will come up and do a site visit and a big meeting with everybody to go over kind of what they're seeing. So there probably is some opportunity to make some changes if they have some ideas or don't like something. There'll be some opportunity to make some adjustments before the business council meeting, but that's the schedule, so that's what we're moving forward on. So. Okay, so a few more things tonight. WCDA Community Development Block Grant. Wanted to report that we were awarded a block grant on the sanitary sewer improvements project, but it was contingent upon a wage survey to verify that the town met the low to medium income rating for the town. And I'm happy to report that we finally completed that survey. It took almost 6 months to try to get enough. We had to get a certain number of responses back, and we finally got that. We had to kind of focus just on the main part of town. We did not include the newer subdivisions. We just focused on the main part of town, and the town does meet for that part of town anyway, the low to moderate income. So we're moving forward with the approval of that funding for the sanitary sewer improvements, which is basically there's a sanitary sewer line that we need to replace that goes underneath the railroad tracks, and then some upgrades to the lift station. So that's what that is, and it'll be moving forward now. But I wanted to bring up the next round of applications is open right now, and there's a letter of intent that would need to be in by August 31st. And I guess what I was wanting to have you guys think about is if we wanted to do another sidewalks project. There's really just kind of one area left that we haven't addressed. We've funded sidewalks through the same program, I think 3 different projects. And I think one more would get all the sidewalks in the old part of town. So the process is a letter of intent that needs to go in, and then the application is due in September. But part of the application now, they require a phase 1 environmental to be done and submitted with the application. And so in order to do that, we'd have to hire that phase 1. And the last one we did was approximately $8,000 for these last 2 projects that we applied for. So I guess I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on whether you want to move forward with another sidewalk project. And if you do, you need to commit to a phase 1 environmental to be done right away. So about $8,000.
I would like to see the sidewalks finished.
And it's 100% funded, right?
It is 100%.
So I think the 8,000 up front is,
Yep. And I kind of put some rough numbers. I think it'll be a little over $1 million.
I also think we should finish.
8,000 per million, can't we?
yeah. Yes, the return is far worth it.
We need
We
direction.
need a motion on that?
Do I have a motion to proceed with this do you know if it's 8,000 or
I just looked at what,
approximately 8,000?
I honestly think it'll be less than 8,000. The one we did before that was right at 8,000 was 2 areas. I think it'll be a little bit less, but I would budget 8,000.
Well, do I have a motion to proceed with this then, as long as it does not exceed $8,000?
I move.
Second.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion on this? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Do you have any other spots that are looking for sidewalks? I know we've got some over here by the
It's-
park over there that,
It's primarily the southwest part of town now. There'll be a little bit on this side of Curtis, but primarily on the south and west part of town now.
okay,
There's one block of King that kind of got lost in the wash. It's like isolated by itself now. So we need to get that block of King and then the southwest part of town.
So this application would finish all of the.
I think so, Yep. I think we just go for it. I mean, otherwise, it's probably a little bit bigger project than the last one, but I think it makes sense to just go for it all and get it done this time rather than
Yeah.
a couple applications, so.
I'd like to see those sidewalks over by the park.
Okay, so the next thing I have is on the the Mesa project, the Mystery Bridge Wildcat Road Improvements Project. I have pay application number 12 tonight. The total pay request from Wayne Coleman Construction is for $394,590.95. It's for work completed and materials delivered from June 1st through June 30th. We're holding 5% retainage, which is the amount of $19,729.55. So the total amount due is actually $374,861.40, with $19,729 being placed in the joint retainage account. So just recommend a motion to pay Wayne Coleman Construction for pay application number 12.
Do I have a motion to pay Wayne Coleman?
I move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
So along those same lines, I have draw request number 12. This is for Wayne Coleman Construction pay application number 11 and the design and contract administration invoices for April and May of 2026. The total of the invoices is $728,721.12. The grant covers 88%. So the total draw request is $641,275. It leaves a remaining balance on the grant of $4,884,246. The town will receive additional reimbursement from the other parties involved in the amount of $80,523.68. So it leaves the town responsible for $6,922.85 of the total amount due. So recommend a motion to have the mayor sign and submit drawdown request number 12.
Do I have a motion?
I move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Next thing is on the Lathrop Road Pathway Project. I have application for payment number 2 from Trito Construction in the amount of $83,820. It's for work completed from April 27th through June 25th. We're holding 5% retainage in the amount of $4,191 even. So the total amount due is $79,629 with $4,191 even being held for retainage. So recommend a motion to pay Trito Construction for payment or pay request number 2.
Do I have a motion to pay Trito?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Then I just have the drawdown request for the same project. It's drawdown request number 4. It's for reimbursement for invoices for the construction engineering for April and May of 2026. The total of the invoices is $13,917.77. The grant covers 90.49%, so the total draw request is $12,594.19. Leaves the remaining balance on the grant of $553,161.28. So just recommend a motion to have the mayor sign and submit drawdown request number 4.
Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
And then the last thing I have tonight is our WLC's contract for fiscal year 2026, 2027. We always do this at the start of the next fiscal year. It's just our standard agreement that's been approved by the town attorneys over the years, same agreement. We just put it in place, just so there's verification from funding agencies and different things that we're under contract with the town, so.
Do I have a motion?
A motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Thanks for sticking around.
Thanks for having me.
I'll leave it to you.
That's all I have tonight.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the engineer's report?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I like to motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. We are adjourned.
I didn't-
Good, thank you.